What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Cursemark. This is the follow-up title from the developer of Into the Necrovale, which was kind of a sleeper roguelite that I feel like nobody really got into, even though it was a really good synergy-building roguelite that was a lot of fun. And so today we're going to take a look at his second game and see how that measures on up. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. You can check that out there. You can also find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down there that are hot and spicy and waiting to be clicked near you. But let's go ahead and begin a journey here. His soul may never ascend, he who bears the curse mark, a tether to this lesser plane, the lightless realm. Okay, having awoken on a beach here, dude. I can't imagine how difficult it's gonna be to get the sand out of my sabatons. That feels like it's gonna be a little bit of a headache. But we persevere through the challenges that life gives us. So welcome to Cursemark. In this game, we are sort of like a Dark Souls-y guy that's trying to build up synergies and chain runes together in order to make super overpowered badass combos that allow us to cruise through an open world that we can kind of explore, not at our leisure, so it's kind of like linked together. It's a cell-based game, but it's also like a roguelite, and you can kind of go where you want and do what you want, so long as you've got the right keys to get you into various areas. I guess the best thing I could compare it to with regards to structure, or at least of the map and the flow of everything, is probably The Legend of Zelda. But for right now, we've got some zombies to take care of. They are all up inside my business, and I just don't like them inside my beach resort, dude. I'm trying to set up some tiki torches. I'm trying to, like, get a couple bartenders out here, maybe get some speakers bumping, and they are messing up the vibe of the entire experience. We do have a number of things available to us right now. We've got an attack, and we've got a dodge. That's a number, and the number is 2. But after we kill these zombies off, we should be able to get something a little bit more valuable. So this right here is a celestial tier, or an astral tier. Sorry, I got my terminology wrong. Astral tiers are going to be used on altars in order to give yourself new abilities that'll fill in the 3 slots at the beginning of the screen. Our first one's going to be a fireball spell called Flamora, and it's going to allow us to DPS enemies from a distance, and that's going to make our lives quite a bit easier, in all honesty. I'm going to do my best to stay away from these dudes so that I don't get smacked, and that guy right there dropped us a little nuggie of gold, a little taste of something we can play around with. Picked up a rune of fragments. We'll talk about that in just a second. The rune of fragments, that's going to be the fundamental core idea of the game, is that you have abilities, you have slots, runes go in those slots, and then they chain together and they interact with each other, and you're trying to make yourself as overpowered as possible. So like, we got a rune of fragments right here. It gives us +1 attacks. If we put that on our fireball, boom, now we have 2 fireballs when we throw that on out. I do think that, like, one of the fundamental things that I've noticed about this game is that all of the sound effects are too quiet and none of them are punchy or anything else. I think this game is going to need to have an entirely complete overhaul of all the sound effects before it goes to a commercial release. And so I'll just put that right up on front. Like, when we shoot a fireball, it doesn't really make a noise or an explosion or anything else like that. And one of my fundamental complaints about this game is just that the combat feels very, very flat and weightless. There's a lot of work to be done there, and I think the fundamental point that's going to make it feel better is sound effects. Now, what we picked up off that other altar, it is a blessing. As you go through your runs in this game, because it's a roguelite, you are going to get blessings. Blessings are basically just flat stat increases to various attributes of your character. So in our case, we got 20% attack speed, but you could have gotten movement speed, you could have gotten HP, you could have gotten attack size, so on and so forth, and then these are upgradable at other shrines if you have the gold to make it happen. Greetings, Cursemark. It's been many years since the last sorrowful visitor washed ashore here. If your soul longs to ascend this lowly place, the Temple of Iron may intertwine with your path. Okay. It's all the way up there, so we gotta cross like 20 cells in order to get there, regardless of which, well, we go like 10 that way. I've marked the wretched place on your map. Go with dignity and courage if you're able to muster any of the deer stuff. Yeah, dignity and courage is not really a thing that I do. I operate almost entirely off spite and profanity, so like if you've got a dungeon for a hero that focuses on spite and profanity, then I think that would be the one for me. Do you guys have like a sorting hat, or like how do we figure out the dungeon for me? Okay, never mind. Conversation's over. I don't want to talk to you anyways. Let's go ahead and over on the right here. It's very easy to miss this, but grab this tier right here when you start off the demo. Once again, the sound effect and also the visual effect for picking things up needs to pop a lot harder inside of this game. It needs to have a louder sound. There needs to be kind of like little particles and things coming off of your character when you pick stuff up. Kind of like a shing noise or like a dwang, you know, like I'm trying to emulate it with my mouth, but like I'm not very good at it. Over here, we can buy ourselves a new skill, and I do think that a new skill is going to make us more successful. So filling in our second slot is a spell called Voltara. It is going to be a massive lightning storm that knocks big giant chunks out of the battlefield, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. We'll try to get ourselves clear of this combat real fast, kill him off. Watch out for enemy tells in this game. So with the way that the game functions right now, I haven't completely and totally gotten to the bottom of it, but enemies flash white, and when you hit them, they do a flinch animation, and in most games, the flinch animation would indicate that you canceled out that attack, and now they've got to like restart it from scratch. Not the case in this game. They resume their attack from the frame where they were interrupted, which means if you push your luck too far and get too greedy on your attacks, there's a really strong chance that they are instantly going to fire off an attack the moment your attack animation ends before you can dodge away, and they're just going to get a free hit on you. So keep that in mind while you're playing the game. I think this would be fine if you could animation break your character's attacks, because then it would be almost like a duel of reaction speeds between you and the enemy that would add fluidity to the experience. But right now, you can't break your attack animation to dodge out of it. You got to wait for the whole thing to finish off, then you can dodge. And so I would definitely recommend, like, this game to me would feel a lot better if it had animation breaking inside of it for its dodges. I'm a big fan of animation breaks. The Talisman of the Hair. Okay, let's see what we can do here. So the amount of burning each hit will apply to enemies. So that's going to be like a natural addition that we could put onto our fireball. So that would be good. We've got a rune of spirals. How many hurricanes are added to your chain of attacks? Okay, so we can summon hurricanes. Maybe I'll put that. I mean, it goes along with the vibe that our thunder spell has, so I'll put it over there. And then we've got a Talisman of the Hair. So it's going to give us move speed, attack speed, and it's going to make our dash cool down a lot quicker, but it's going to cost us length of our dash. I'll see what it feels like. I mean, I guess if I can just train myself to spam my dodge, it might work out, but I've got a feeling there's going to be enemies with long-reaching attacks that are going to make this rune, or I guess this talisman, not work so great for me. What does this say over here? Can I interact with it? Doesn't look like I can. If I had gold, I could summon an astral tear, but, like, I don't. I'm kind of like a broke boy right now, so we'll just have to figure that out later. I guess, honestly, my dash doesn't feel that short. Shoot a fireball over there. Let's show off the ultimate, dude. There's a hurricane right there. I'd like the hurricane better if it chased enemies down, though, and, like, murdered them in their sleep. Like, I'm looking for... Right now, we have, like, a very passive hurricane. I'm looking for, like, the Michael Myers of hurricanes. Like, when that thing hits the ground, I want it to be like... And I want it to be chasing guys down a hallway while they trip over a phone cord because, you know, those movies were made in the 1970s and 80s, so there's phone cords back then. No phone cords anymore, but, you know, in the horror movie, they always trip over something stupid every single time they're trying to get away from the bad guy. I don't know what it is about horror movies that makes everybody forget how to walk, but, like, you know, they'd be running from my hurricane coming down the hallway with a knife, and then they would trip and, like, eat shit, and then my hurricane would just go, nom 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 nom, eat them up like Cookie Monster. We've got a blessing over here. Let's grab that real quick. And it looks like we got a damage mod, so we take more damage, but we deal more damage. Terrifying. Little bit worried about my safety. It looks like there's a zone transition over here. One thing I would like for this game is either a mini-map that tells you the exits to each area that you're inside of, or if you're not going to do the mini-map idea, get a gold arrow to the directions that things go, because in the case of like this exit right here, that's really easy to miss right there with those sparkles and whatnot. It's like behind a tree and everything else. Might be helpful to the player to be able to see that. Do we want to go north? Or do we want to go east? I guess we'll just clear things as we go. Now, you may have noticed every time we win a fight, it says the curse mark goes up. That's because, oh, is that blocked off right now? Like I can't go that way? Oh, okay, I guess it's blocked off right now, so I can't go that way anyways. Let's just go north and maybe it'll work out. You guys are just getting flatly fireballed right now. Abilities in this game, they recharge through attacking and dealing damage, so keep that in mind as you're moving forward. There's another little gold for us. I don't know if it's gonna, like, suck to my character. It looks like it may be stuck. Like, the vibe that I've gotten from this game in the hour or so that I've played it, there we go, I got it right there, is that the game is in rough shape right now. It's like a tech demo, basically, so treat it as such. This is not a finalized product. It has no announced release date yet, and so I'm guessing this is just kind of like to drum up interest and see if they can attract a publisher by showing off the core gameplay ideas that they're fooling around with. I will take another blessing, yeah. What's this one gonna do for me? The Blessing of Flow. Oh, I get movement speed. Nice. There's a gate over here. Oh, I can unlock the door by paying 12 bucks. Will it stay unlocked for the remainder of my runs? I have questions about this. Or is that something I'm going to have to unlock every run to get the chest up and out of it? Because I do loves me some treasure, man. I like treasure a lot. Okay, we've got like snaky ladies over here. All right, snaky ladies. Let's see if lightning will do something for me here, and then I'm just going to spam fireballs at everything that's rushing me, because it seemed like they were in really opportune positioning right there to just get AoE'd the hell down. Now, it looks like they don't have the largest radius on their attack, so I don't need to be that far away when I'm beating up on them. What's up with this gate right here? Unlock the door by paying 6 bucks. Man. This place, okay, so this is like microtransaction Dark Souls here. Like, whatever entity or deity controls this place, if I want to interact with any of his fun stuff, you gotta pay. It's kind of like going to Disneyland, but like grimdark Disneyland. What does this do over here? I forget. This is a upgrader. So this is going to allow us to add a rune slot to one of our things over here, but we can only add the one. Once again, when you get like an extra slot, you're going to want to get like a cool sound that goes ting, you know, and then sparks fly off, and maybe there's like an impact of flame right here, and then you get like the new slot. Lots and lots of opportunities here to upgrade the game feel and also the visual appeal of the title. I can upgrade the Spellforge by paying 10 bucks. Okay, what do I have in here? So the bonus damage you do while at low health. Don't want that because I'm not planning on getting whooped like that. We were going to put burning on that so that it actually ticks a little bit harder. That sounds all right to me. I think we could probably do that. That way we're getting like a tertiary benefit to the attack that we're throwing on out. Looks like we can go up, or it looks like we can go left. Okay. It'd be cool if it had like a little arrow on the map that showed the path you've taken so far too. Like the little areas that you've searched. Dash back. Give me a little bit of flame over there. Yeah, that worked out super well. Give them the lightning bolts, and then just let them get eaten by the whirlwind over there. That whirlwind hit like a truck, dude. Hit super hard. Okay, they're down. Fireballs recharged just in case I end up needing it. I like how the rune right there did like a toilet bowl thing where it was just like flowing around the edge. I don't know why, but that made me super happy. There was something comical about it. Looks like the barricades can be destroyed. What is this right here? I can upgrade a rune. Let's upgrade that one. Hey, we get +2 attacks now. Hell yeah. That one right there raises accuracy. When you kill an enemy with an ability, they release a poison cloud. Yeah, I'd like to put that on my fireball, but I don't have any slots for it right now. So until we find another place that's going to let me have a slot, I don't think that that's going to work. The door does not open from this side. We have found the wizard! Wizard! What is your function? A man of light has much to fear moving through dark lands. Better to keep your head down and avert the evil gaze. I only have $3, so I doubt I'm going to be super useful to that merchant. Let's cut to the left real quick and just see what we run into over here. So we've got, like, fire stick ladies, and it looks like they shoot giant green balls. Okay, do I have my lightning strike up and running yet? Let's lightning strike right here. Get some whirlwinds going. Yeah, oh, ate that one, though. Are you guys burning real nice and good? Yeah, they are, actually, and with 3 projectiles, it looks like we're stacking it up pretty satisfactory on them. Ow, dude. Sometimes I have trouble seeing things in this game, like visibility. Let's drink a potion real fast, because the game has kindly supplied us with a vitality bottle, which it's just a health potion like Dark Souls style. I can get another blessing here. That sounds good. Let me bless up. And so what did we get? We got evasion plus 10%. That's going to open up the iframe window on our dodge. And so given the fact that our dodge is already pretty short, possibly too short for some of the enemies we're going to be going up against, I think that that'll probably be helpful. That's actually like a solid pick. What's south down this way? Ghosty guys. Pretty good enemy variety now that we're talking about it. Like, it seems like there's a lot of enemies in this game. Oh my god. Okay, lightning bolt. Yep, light them up and then drag them into my whirlwind. Perfect. Throw out some of those. Let them burn, let them burn, let them burn. All right. Honestly, they don't seem very spry. They don't seem super interested in attacking me right now. I might be the bad guy. Am I just beating up a bunch of ghosts that are trying to enjoy their afterlife? Am I the villain here? I may be. I've got one fireball left. Okay, I only got 1 gold from killing them. What does this do? Another blessing? Let's bless up. Okay, so with our newest blessing, we get energy generation plus 10%. That's not bad, actually. That means that I should be recharging all of my stuff. Oh, hey, what's up with you, man? I should be recharging all of my abilities a little bit faster. I can refill my bottle for $2. Okay, the deathless road we walk is long and tiresome and old. Succor is rare, and I have little to offer. I don't know, I see a succor right now. Let's go over to this side over here. I'm just gonna, like, go to whatever gate I can visibly see on each of these fights. Move back, throw out a fireball maybe, just to get some damage over time flowing. It looks like our lightning bolt is up and ready to go. I'm just gonna detonate that now rather than later. That one's ready to pop right there, so we'll get her. Fireball it up. I can definitely tell that the Cursemark is affecting, like, the difficulty of the game. Like, these dudes are getting tanky as hell over here. It's taking a lot of effort to murder them with just, like, auto attacks. All right. Good stuff. We did get a decent amount of gold out of killing these guys, though. So I'm wondering if as the curse mark goes up, we get more loot drops, too. Sort of feels that way. That ghost is tricked out up there. One of the things this game does need to work on is, A, there's pathfinding issues, and B, I've actually had mobs in this game glitch out into the walls and whatnot so that you can't kill them, and then because the arena seals behind you, you're just kind of, like, stuck. It's happened. It's definitely a thing that transpires from time to time. Oh, another one up here? All right. Well, I mean, if nothing else, it's a really good opportunity to recharge all my fireballs and whatnot. Okay, down they go. Let me upgrade a rune on this side. I'll probably upgrade that right there, just so I get even more intense burning on there. If I could find a rune upgrader, I'd like to get the poison cloud added on in, because anything that creates dead zones that the enemy has to walk across and just, like, take a bunch of damage, I'm a big fan of. We got another bottle right there. I didn't even know you could get that one. I've never seen that one come up. Can't interact with those little shiny things right there, but I'll just spoil and tell you what they are. They're puzzles. So those little shiny things, they'll give you like a riddle, and the riddle usually interacts with one of the maps that you're going to be moving across. So it'll be like, in front of the wizard, you must dodge 3 times, but it'll do it in better prose than that. And then if you do that, there'll be some kind of unlock or bonus that you get. Bunch of ghosts over here in super tight quarters. I like super tight quarters because that plays towards my whirlwind's ability to just mulch these guys as they work their way down the hallway. Get them right there. Another thing that I've noticed is I think there is some kind of coding efficiency inside the game, because once you have too many effects stacked on like one of your attacks, if you try to light it off, the entire soundtrack will cut out and like sound effects will cut out. And so like lots and lots of work to be done on this one, unfortunately. Those guys I may have to fish out with fireballs. I don't know how they got in there, but getting them out of there might be kind of a headache. Okay, a rune of decay. If I can just attack these guys through that collision right there, that'd work out even better. Yup, gave me all my fireballs back. I gotta wait for these dudes to teleport to me, though. Perfect. Is there a way for, like, me to get up there? I have questions. Do the ghosts have answers? I thought he landed that one right there. I was a little bit concerned that I took damage, but so far we seem to be streaming through this bad boy. There's one ghost left right there. My attack is just short of where it needs to be. So let him burn. Perfect. All right, so that's going to make our Cursemark go up. And then what is this thing? Summon runes. A pustule rune. Okay. Where else can I go? Looks like I just stay on the path and keep cruising. Okay, a few more ghosts to mess with, and maybe like some Medusers. See how much fire I can get stacked up on these guys. There we go. A little bit of lightning's kind of nice too. Yep, fire. Man, these guys are getting soaky. I'm gonna have to upgrade something soon. Luckily, I've got like a whole bunch of money, and so it is plausible that I might be able to get one of those upgrading shrines and just drop a bunch of cash, making myself strong. Oh my god, I got chunked. Hold on, I gotta drink heavily. It's the only way to make the pain go away. Continue attacking. Good. All right, so we got them down. We got a ghost over there. We got a ghost down that way. Another blessing shrine. Hopefully the blessing shrine will bring me like some kind of extra damage, dude. I need like another 50% damage for how tough these guys are. Keep wailing them down, and we've got a rune of something. What is that? Misguidance. Projectile wandering. Okay, not that interested in projectile wandering. Let's continue battling our way through. We got one ghost left, so I'm just going to use him as a recharge opportunity. Cool. Give him my blessing. All right, blessing acquired. What did we get? Blessing, ward on hit 5%. I don't know what that means. You have a chance to cast ward for free when you take a hit. I'm going to upgrade something. What did it upgrade? Ward on hit 10%. Okay, I'll spend the other 10 bucks trying to upgrade some of these blessings, hoping that I'll fish out. Oh my god. Okay, so never mind. It just upgraded the ward thing over and over and over again. I can upgrade my talisman, though. That'd be nice. So we've got a level 2 talisman now. It basically just added 10% to just about everything that does. We're attacking pretty fast right now. Like, we're speedy, but we don't hit hard. That's really, I think, where we're going to struggle at. What's up, ladies? How we doing over here? The good news is it looks like with, like, pure attack speed, you can kind of overpower their ready animations. Seeing as we're getting further on into the video, though, let me see if I can suicide real quick, and then we will take a look at what the metagame progression looks like, and then we'll start off like another run, because I'm pretty sure on this first run, there's like a certain amount of things that will not activate until we die, and I actually was way too successful on this first run. I'm now suffering from success. Death. Gaze into the void eye. Is there anything else over here? Like places I can go? Okay. Nope. We'll go up over here. And for each thing that we collected during the course of our last run, they're going to give us gold, which allows us to power up a lot faster on our next run. I don't know exactly how gold and all that kind of stuff is going to be used to interact with like the various workbenches and things that are around here, but I'm guessing at some point it will. Does this guy have something new to say? Your presence brings no distress to me and no comfort. Go about your way. Fine then. I didn't want to be friends. You're being a little harsh right now, though, dude. It doesn't have to be like that. Like, we're stuck here together in this picturesque environment, and frankly, I'm not super excited with going out and getting murdered again. I don't see you guys carrying your weight if I'm being fair. Like, if we're talking about, like, the delegation of responsibilities in this grimdark post-apocalyptic life, then I feel like you guys aren't carrying your weight. Around here somewhere, there's a tier shrine. There it is. Let's grab a tier, because we've got the money to grab a tier. In my tier. There we go. And then we'll go up this way, and I wanted to spend it on a new ability, so let's get a new skill. This time around, we have received Coat of Spikes. It is a draconic ward. Ah, so that's what a ward is. Blades orbit around you, knocking back nearby enemies. Yeah. Okay. That seems like it'll probably have utilitarian uses out here while things are trying to murder me. Oh, dude, I deal damage again. This is great. Unfortunately, my attack speed is absolutely miserable again, and so we're going to have to figure that out at some point. I'm just going to dash. Oh, we had the follow-through, bro. Upsetting. Get these little, I don't know, little wolf guys out of here, dude. There's wolf in the wheat. It sounds like an old book from the 1800s, The Wolf and the Wheat. But then, like, the whole book doesn't have a wolf in it. Like, it's just a book about, like, some guy living in London and being, like, upper middle class and, like, struggling with the angst of it all. Doesn't it kind of feel like that kind of book, dude? It feels like that kind of book to me. Like, it was probably written by somebody in a top hat that was wearing, like, I don't know what those little, like, kerchiefs were that they wore in, like, Victorian times inside their jacket, like, around their neck. You know what I mean? To, like, hold their collar up all the way so that they could have those big-ass, tall Tim Burton collars. I get the feeling that these are bugged and not working, because on our second run, I am still not able to take a look at them, whereas when I was practicing for this video, I could definitely read those during my second run. I vaguely remember this one. Oh, but without activating it. Okay, so, like, what this thing had on it is it has a riddle that says, hit this thing 3 times and then 4 times after a pause, and the gate will open. It works. I did it in the last video. I may even splice it in here to show you. I don't know. But either way, lots and lots of bugs inside of this one, dude. I'm getting the vibe. Ooh, health 40, armor 20. I'll take that. What does that do? Death poison cloud? I'll take that too. I get the vibe that this demo was released much, much, much too early with regards to not only its presentation, but with regards to, like, bugs and other rough edges. Definitely a lot of things that need to be hammered and smoothed out before it's going to be ready for being worth money, basically, is what I'm sort of orbiting at and getting to. Hey, we killed a guy. Oh, that poison fart cloud right there does some serious damage, dude. Liking the tick rate on that poison. Knock them down. Ember shot rune. I don't know what an ember shot rune does, but I suppose we'll find out shortly once I get done murdering all these random little green guys over here. Okay, he's dead. I do like the death animations, and I do like that the bodies stay on the ground. Let's grab ourselves a blessing real quick. Damage? Ooh, 20%. Upgrade that. I can only upgrade it right now, guaranteed, because it's the only one that I have. So, like, yeah, dude. Upgrade the damage on it like crazy. I want my default attack to be absolutely smoking cats. I will summon another astral tier. Yeah, that sounds good. Can I go through here yet? Unlock the door by paying $4. Okay, I will consider doing that. Maybe there's like an NPC or something I need to talk to before I can look at the runes. I don't know, dude. Like, they were working on my practice runs, and now they seem to be struggling. Yeah, get a fart cloud on all those guys. Perfect. Yup, poison done. Got him. Is there anybody back behind the foliage over here? One thing they do need to do is they need to add outlines to anything that's obstructed by sprites in the foreground. That would be really, really nice for being able to see telegraphs coming. I've learned to be terrified of any location in this game that has, like, a whole bunch of trees and stuff in it. I don't know, that worries me. Another blessing. Yeah, I'll take a blessing. And it was 12 to get into that one. Oh, move speed. That'll be beneficial. So we've got frost trail damage. Adds a trail of frost to your attacks. If I put that on my orbiters, will it, like, surround me with goodies? Fire emissions. Sure, why not? Throw that onto my ultimate. Oh, yeah, dude. Okay, now we're playing with fire quite literally. Would anyone like to traverse my fart cloud? I don't think my fart cloud hurts me. Like, you know, like, there's different smells in life. And, like, when you are the origin of the smell, it's usually not quite as smelly. And so, like, initially I was kind of wondering, is this the kind of smelly smell that gets me in the sinuses? Or is this just, like, the kind of smelly smell that only gets everybody else inside the car? Because if it's the latter, that's hilarious and I'm here for it. But, like, you know, if it's the former, then, like, yeah. Do I have anything else I can slot in? 5% accuracy. What happens if I put that right there? I mean, yeah, I think I'd rather have it on my fireball. I don't know. I don't think I get to use my ultimate altogether that often. Yeah, it's got to be somebody I've got to talk to or something before that works. That or it's bugged. I swear to God, those little rune stones were working the last time I played the game. Let's just go upwards, and we'll plumb out into new locations. And while I do that, we'll probably do the closing thoughts on this game, actually. So I've played the game for about an hour and a half, and the good news here is that I think the game has remarkably solid bones on a mechanical level. I think that the rune building and the custom spell design that this game allows you to do is actually tapping into something very addictive, something that I've only ever seen in another game called Runers, actually, that came out a really, really long time ago, where you built runes or you built spells kind of similarly to how this game does it. The bad news here is that this is a very early demo. I came across a load of bugs while I was playing it, and then on top of that, you got to get the combat punched up a little bit, you got to get the sound effects punched up a little bit, get the combat feeling a little tiny bit more fluid, a lot more weighty and impactful. And so this is one of those cases where the core idea is really, really solid, but I think there's still quite a bit of work left here to do before I'd consider it ready for like a commercial release. Still, I look forward to seeing what they do with it as this game continues to get those polish passes and continues to get cleaned up. And so, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were checking out a game called Cursemark. Tomorrow, I'll be checking out something else. That's all I got, folks. Take care.